Musicians are everywhere, but there's only a chosen few that can break the mold of music as a whole and make their mark for generations to come. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking none other than this super producer extraordinaire, Kosine.
Every time, hey, come get you a taste that creators buffet. Can you guess who's invited? Different week, different topic, yeah. It's a vibe, every time, hey, come get you a taste that creators buffet. Can you guess who's invited? Different week, different topic.
My guy Kosine in the building was good, bro.
Yeah, Wagwan brethren, how you feel?
I feel good, man. You know, I got my Chi-Town brother in the building with me right now.
Yes, sir.
How you be, man? How's the new year?
Oh man, we starting off strong, man. We
Starting off
strong. Yeah, it's 23. You got on to 23. Grew up watching 23. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Speaking of that, where were you when the Bulls won the championship?
Oh man, I was in Chicago at my family's house. Every year was different, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's 6 of them, 6-0. So it's like, which year you talking about? You know,
man, what was that? I think that was 90. Cause I had to be like 7 or 8. I never forget. I was in my dad's Monte Carlo. The Bulls had just won. I forgot which one it was, but he had me standing out the sunroof.
Yeah, that's what you
like
supposed
I
to
was
do.
lit, boy, and open the shop, boy. You can't tell me nothing. How do you feel right now mentally, just knowing where you come from to just be able to do what you love?
Now I feel like overly blessed. Like God, why you showing out in my life like this? You know what I'm saying? But also at the same time, I'm very grateful, you know, and humbled. And I also have, you know, I've been out here for a minute, man. And so I've had some ups and some downs, and know that it can all be taken like that. So, you know, I'm definitely past the season of even taking it for granted. You know what I'm saying? And just really just enjoying it now, enjoying the flow.
That's dope,
you
man.
know?
So because I don't know this question, when did you find your love for music? Like, when did you know that your gift was gonna be the run to make room for you?
I think piano lessons started at like 5 or 6, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And saxophone in 5th grade, drums in 8th grade, and, you know, growing up in the church and listening to music in the house is like...
Was it Kojic, Pentecostal, or Baptist? What church was it?
None of the above. AME, African Methodist Episcopal.
I've never been to one of those.
Yeah. It's like not as teed up as Kojic and Baptist, but like not as tight around the ass as Catholic. You know what I'm saying? It's a real middle ground. You know what I'm saying?
You just put me on. I played the drums in like Kojic and Baptist and whatnot, but I would have never known.
Yeah, AME was like kind of like, you know what I'm saying? If we talking radio stations, like it wasn't Power 92, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like B103, it was like GCI. You know what I'm saying?
Right. 107.5 WGCI. We play the hits.
Yeah, it was like that.
So like, was there anyone that you looked up to, like, you know, in your entire career? It's like, wow, I like this, but now you surpassed that.
Well, I mean, there are producers like in Chicago that are my big homies, you know, that, you know, I don't know about the I mean, I've had hits, you know what I'm saying? I've had hits, and I remember like seeing some of my big homies and being like, damn, will I ever be able to make music that like moves people and hit, you know what I mean? And then, you know, then the number ones came. It's interesting because I still don't feel the surpass, because I still call them for mentorship and I still like respect them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah.
I like that. That's a great answer. That says a lot about you as a person too. It sounds like that loyalty. See, I think that's a Chi-Town thing too. Like we stay loyal to like the people that we started with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like the commercial success ain't the end all be all, right? Because we know a lot of people that have had a lot of commercial success, right? And are broke, right? And then other people that you may or may not know who they are, but they got love, peace, joy, and money. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, people may or may not know who they are. So it's kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the drive during that time? Like, what drove you to just go?
Well, I mean, losing my mom at 20, you know what I'm saying? Shit got real. You know, I was a grown ass man at 20 years old, you know, bills, a house, 2 cars, you know, like putting myself through college. I had my studio in my basement. And yeah, it was just like, damn, I cannot disappoint this lady. You know what I mean? Like watching her sacrifice and then watching her fight cancer. You know, I was never really a huge fan of school like that. Didn't always get the best grades, but um, me graduating from college was her first and last wish. You know what I mean? And so I graduated with a 4.0 on Mother's Day and then became a college professor. And so I've always looked at education as a way of honoring my mom.
How are you so driven to a life that's not promised or guaranteed?
Well, I've always been a wild cowboy. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a risk taker. I've always not giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, for lack of a better phrase, you know what I'm saying? And so I jump off the top of the building. I do backflips off the top of the building. Like, it's who I am. You know what I'm saying? I had this phrase I used to say when I was teaching college: if my worst nightmare can come true, and so can all my wildest dreams.
Wow.
So if, you know, them intimate conversations with God where it's like, man, you gonna take my mama, G. I'm 20 years old. I got a song with BJ, the Chicago Kid, and I got a line in this record called Will You Pray, where I say, I ain't sell drugs, gang bang, or kill my brother, but you gonna let pancreatic cancer kill my mother? You gonna let me feel depression and drink myself to sleep? Then I heard you whisper, son, don't give up on me. Keep your faith in me and never straddle the fence. Looking back, Common said one day it'll all make sense. And now I finally do. My queen belongs to you. I pray I touch your soul when I simply share my truth. Now let me ask. And then BJ come in and start singing. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, I don't know. I just kind of got off track. I can't wait to drop that song, man.
Bro, that was
Co-sign BJ the Chicago Kid. Shout out to BJ, man, for real.
Goodness gracious. I'm gonna hear that again. What was your wildest moment? Like that wow moment that, wow, this is actually about to happen.
Probably being on the plane, leaving Chicago. I really was like threatening my partner too, man. Shout out to Two, he from Harvey, Chicago, South Side. I was just telling him because I was a college professor and I was making some decent money, you know what I'm saying? Like teaching. And so I'm like, dude, I'm not about to just keep on being broke, sleeping in these studio floors, sleeping on people's couches, like going through all this shit. You know, if nothing pops off, I'm gonna just teach, you know what I mean, and get money. And he was like, nah, trust me. Like, he had that little dramatic pause, like, trust me, dog, trust me.
Wow.
Like, we gonna get some on this next trip to LA. And we had a meeting with Vincent Herbert, Troy Carter, and told him, you know, some of the things we were working on. And we did a publishing deal with Sony ATV, and that was, you know, north of 6 figures. So we was able to use that money to move from Chicago to LA and really set up shop. I was like the moment.
What are some of the challenges that producers face that most may not know about?
Well, I can only speak for myself, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Initially, I really had, I didn't know how to format my music. Like, it was just like random beats and just cool sounds, but it wasn't like, you know, intro and verse and pre-chorus and chorus and all of the cool drops that you hear in my hits and the instrumentation. Like, I didn't get that, you know. And there was a guy by the name of Kevin Shine. That was the first one. I was like, you talented, you know, you got some cool ideas, but you gotta start thinking about songs. And it's it's a difference between being a beat maker and being a songwriter and being a producer to really put the whole record together. So that was a huge challenge early on.
Wow. What was your biggest heart-dropping moment since you've been in the industry?
Heart-dropping. one time we were doing a interview on the red carpet, and Birthday Cake was about to come out with Chris Brown and Rihanna. We were so thirsty. Like, this is when we was thirsty. And so, like, we didn't give it away, but I guess we kind of hinted. And one of the execs, Karen Kwok, like, that was like, it was a deep cuss out that she gave me. I was just like, I just wasn't even ready. She was like, "What are you doing? You running your mouth?" I was like, "Oh shit!" I mean, we didn't say it, but it was. I remember that was a legendary cuss out because I don't even think. I think Sylvia Rhone had gave me a cool cuss out, but it wasn't really. That wasn't really about me. That was more about management at the time. But this Karen Kwok cuss out was right at my forehead, and I ain't even know it was deep. But you know, that's my homegirl. That's the reason why the Big Sean ass like that was a real no. That's how the Dream got the beat for Cake with Rihanna. That was through her. So I could understand her passion. Wow. You know. You never want to get in front of this is a producer tip. You got a big record coming. You never want to get in front of the artist moment. You know what I'm saying? You never want to speak on that publicly or do anything to, you know, put yourself in front of that artist's art. You know, you're not the star. You know what I'm saying? Wow. You're the producer. You're in the back. Let it happen.
Clark. What was the birth of that relationship like back then?
Man, he was the first person, like, first day we met, he was like, "Yo, you cool," you know what I'm saying? "But your beats is weak." And I just had never heard nobody be that honest, you know what I'm saying? I never heard anybody, like, keep it real. And I did know, you know what I'm saying, my beats were a little weak, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, if you're gonna be that honest with me, like, yeah, we're gonna be brothers for a while. You know what I mean?
So after that moment, what was your unexpected big hit after he like changed the game in that?
The unexpected hit was the first one, Move If You Want. That's my first gold record with Mims. Shout out to Mims and CL, Andrew Listerman. Yeah, that was an accident. I didn't know what I was doing. I just heard, you know, one of the homies say it was another producer that was hotter than me in the studio. I mean, in Chicago, and I just took offense to that, like Michael Jordan on, you know what I'm saying, the Last Dance documentary. And it's just like, all right, you know what? Let me show you. Let me show you something, dog. Wow. And I didn't realize that people were putting hooks on their beats. Like, that's really what my tracks was lacking. So that was the first time I put a hook on my you know, my beat.
What's the inspiration like when you're about to create? What's that process? How do you prep your brain?
Well, it's changed over the years. You know, now it's just like, it's so free. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can get inspiration from anywhere. Like, it could be a phone call. It could be something that I heard. It could be, you know, a video that I watch. It could be a book that I'm reading. Like, I literally could pull inspiration from anywhere. So it's like very, very free. Maybe back in the day, it was more about like sounds, you know what I mean? If I get a cool new plugin, I remember when I did John Legend Made to Love, my homie Trey Beats, shout out my dog Trey Beats, he in Atlanta. He had just given me this Africa kit in Contact. And I got those drums, went to Hawaii with Ye, and Hit Boy was out there, Travis Scott was out there, Twilight Tone. It was just like, man, DJ Camper. It was like this all-star moment in Hawaii. And I remember pulling up them sounds, and if you listen to John Legend Made to Love, it starts off with these African drums. And those are the drums that Trey Beats gave me. Wow. And I remember when I played it for Ye, for the first time, he just was like, "Yo, we've been out here for 3 weeks, and these are the best sonics I heard in 3 weeks."
Wow.
I'm just like, damn, yeah, that was a hell of a compliment, man. Wow. And he was like, "I don't give compliments, I tell truths."
I only listen to people who are younger than me.
It's just like, See, nigga, you ain't even have to say all that. You know what I'm saying? You could have just let me be great, nigga, and just, you know what I mean?
Man.
But that's yay. You know what I mean?
What's the biggest lesson you had to learn in your journey?
I mean, that it's like, this is not a drill. This is life. Like, you get a huge opportunity, you can't play. Like, a lot of times I was just having fun. Wasn't even really paying attention to, like, man, I'm doing some historical shit. You know what I'm saying? Some legendary shit. I just was playing. So when the moment got quiet, when the phone stopped ringing, it's just like, wait, this can happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, am I blackballed? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? And so if I could go back, I think I would just have taken the moment and the success moments is like more serious, you know what I mean? And realize that it's a gift, you know?
Yeah. It's so funny. A lot of talks that I've been having here on the show when people talking about their gifts and their talents and being successful, a lot of people I've been hearing, they forget to live.
Mm-hmm.
Do you live in your moments?
Oh, I lived.
You say I live.
If anything, I lived a little. I might have lived a little too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I lived. There was no shortage of fun and, you know, dating and partying.
What was the last thing that you just enjoyed you?
When I have one of those days, I usually go to the water, you know what I'm saying? And go to the beach, you know, and hear that water, go get a meal somewhere dope, you know, and then go get that mani-pedi, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get my feet and my toes rubbed on, man.
All day.
You know what I'm saying?
So it looked like what you do for mental health, for yourself to have a balance, you go to the beach.
Go to the beach and really I be in that word, bruh. I'm old school. You know what I'm saying? I be in that word. I feel like, you know, growing up in the church, you know, we know about the songs and the singing and the music and the show. But again, as a student, I think it's somewhere in Timothy where it says, study to show thyself approved, right? So there will be a test. And as somebody that graduated with that 4.0, I know what it is to study. And I've also seen the results in my life from studying, especially like focusing on that wisdom, you know what I'm saying? So like some like a book of Proverbs, right? Proverbs has 31 chapters. There's maximum 31 days in a month. So at any given point, if you don't know what to do, you can look at the calendar and go to that chapter of Proverbs and instantly get some wisdom. So I've been living my life like that for years.
I didn't even think about it that way.
Heavy, bro. It's really heavy. Like that wisdom, you know, that wisdom is everything, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I remember one time I had read in there like the power of a soft answer, right? And so I was at dinner. I think I was there with my sister-in-law. We were having a very heated discussion, and I started to see that vein. You know what I'm saying? You know when that vein come out in the neck and the forehead?
Yeah.
And I just stayed in it and just brought my answers down. I didn't match her energy. I just brought my answers down and just gave her a soft answer. And I just saw how like the conversation shifted. You know what I'm saying? It was like it wasn't that, it wasn't, you know how some conversations you can see it going left.
Facts.
Right? And so now, you know, wisdom is gonna kick in and tell you to de-escalate, right? As opposed to this is one of those, I hate this word. I hate this word with my whole heart, but gaslighting, right? You know what I'm saying? So I didn't gaslight the situation. I hate that word.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't gaslight it. I gave a soft answer and de-escalated, you know?
That takes, man, I think the first book that I started to read that got me to read more was Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Okay.
That book is incredible.
You just put me on. Come on, give me some more. Come on now. You know, this book shit is my shit now. Come on now. Come on.
So the second book that hit me was The Mastery of Self. Have you read that?
No, you going crazy now. Come on now.
Bro, man, look.
Very rarely people hit me with back-to-back books that I ain't read before. Come on now.
I'm reading The Power of Now.
I got that.
Okay. All right, man. So The Mastery of Self, I never knew what it was like to be fully present. Because a lot of times we focus so much on the future and where we're trying to go and what we're trying to do and the things that we can't control that we're missing every opportunity that's right in front of us. You can be wanting to gift me something that I really, really need, but I can't see it because I don't see you because I'm so focused on there. And I'm focused on the past and not being here. The mastery itself literally shows you and tells you different practices on just how to sit. Can you actually sit in the chair just like this in silence? I never knew how loud silence speaks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
R. Kelly line. Sometimes silence can seem so loud. That's R. Kelly. I believe I can fly damn near.
Facts. That's big facts. So once I learned that,
I really needed Corey to see that part for me. G. Corey, you supposed to get my back, get a harmony and help me tune me or something, Corey.
Right. We can break that third wall right here. It's all good. It's all good. I would have hit it, but the way that my vocals is set up, yeah, that ain't gonna happen, bro.
I could have did better, man. Put some tune on that.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, man, the mastery itself, man, it gives you so many different things to do and exercises on how to master yourself. And just knowing that if it's something that you don't want to do, you don't have to do it.
Man, you know how I got some of that, though?
How's that?
Karate lessons, G.
Let me find out.
As a shorty, man, because that was a huge part of it is, you know, being still. And it's crazy because as a father, I see that with my children. Like, that's one thing, you know, and I need to do it more. But there's sometimes with my daughter, you know, because the 1-year-old, my youngest, is like, it's a wrap. That he's not being still for anybody. But my daughter, you know, there's times where we just breathe, right? And it's interesting because I have to do breathing exercises to warm up to play saxophone. And I do breathing exercises when I'm taking vocal lessons. And I was just noticing, like, man, these breathing exercises, like, this is so fly that, like, let me try this with my daughter. And by just sitting still and breathing with her, you know what I mean? And I set like a little alarm on the phone and make a game out of it so that she didn't even really understand what's happening. Because coming up, I never really understood that practicing the saxophone was a form of meditation for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be in my room creating all kind of ruckus, havoc, you know what I'm saying? I talked about playing butt-naked basketball on R&B Money Podcast, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tank and Jay Valentine.
Yes, sir.
And so my mom would just, you know, just get fed up and be like, man, get that horn out, you know? And then next thing you know, 4 or 5 hours would go by. And I didn't even really realize that, you know, you get lost. I don't know if you ever seen that movie Soul, the cartoon.
I did not watch that.
Shout out to John Batiste, you know, who played keys on there. But you watch that cartoon, there's moments where he loses track of time practicing.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And that's like a superpower for musicians. And it just gives you that discipline on how to just focus and lock in. And there's so many like byproducts to playing music, reading music. You know what I mean? I noticed that from reading music so much that when I go to pick up a book, you know how in class, the teacher go around and call people, and then you got them people in class that just can't read, and it be like, shit, ooh. Yep. But for me, that was just never an issue because I was reading so much music. And with music, you know, you read ahead. You know what I'm saying? So you looking ahead and then getting your fingers ready to play what's ahead. Same thing with music. So it's like when you reading, it's like you speaking. You know what I mean? So,
and I feel like too, when you're playing the sax, it's impossible. Me thinking, because I'm thinking about me snowboarding or like on a motorcycle. You can't think about nothing else but what you're doing.
There you go.
So that's all therapy right there.
There you go. Yeah, and focus, man. You know, like we're in a time where we're so distracted. We're so, from the moment you wake up, right? It's your phone, it's social media, it's somebody calling you, it's you got a meal prep. Like there's just so many things pulling you in so many different directions that you just are distracted. Yeah. You know, so being able to focus and lock in becomes harder and harder for people. You know, they want to, you know, it's the ADD, ADHD, and all that stuff. You know, again, I'm old school, man. Like I'm not letting this mind. I'm I'm fighting this mind. I'm asking on the power of the Most High to overcome all of that. You know what I mean? And just focus, yo, for real.
How do you think one can get lost in this industry?
Not being grounded, not having God on your side. This is highly weird. This is
I say that all the time.
This is devil capital right here,
Facts.
man. You know what I'm saying? Like you could easily be at the gas station and see a devil worshiper in full uniform
Facts.
on his way to a meeting. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And so, you know, it's actually really easy, you know, to fall into all kind of traps, man, without God on your
Facts.
side.
Well, know what's funny, man? When I started my whole career, it took off a little fast in compared to being in St. Louis after Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
My mom literally, but I swear. So you know, with LA, it's an image. Like you gotta look the part. You know what I mean? My mom was looking at me so clearly, like you know, once you become industry, all we do was all black. It's just the vibes, right? So I had cousins like down south, and when I hit my mom, and my mom is like, "Why are all these people so quick to just let you in their house and y'all hanging out and doing this?" She just couldn't understand it because she got people in her ear. Mom, if you watching this, I'm just telling how it is. But when people in your ear that don't know how the industry really works, they always assume the worst by, you know, what they hear that, you know, that we know about it, we don't always speak on. But I'm just like, Mom, I said, you the biggest Christian. I said, you should know how I'm doing it because I'm dressing in black. I'm just being a little bit cool. And she thought, you know, I done sold my soul, that I done did all this stuff. And I said, Mom, I moved to LA on faith and favor. And I say it all the time. Faith and favor is what got me through. I'm like, and I told her, and she fought me on. I'm like, anybody that I meet within the first 2 weeks, I know their purpose. And I said, that's something that me and God talked about. Because once I told God what I wanted to do, I'm like, God, allow me to meet the people that I need to meet to go where I need to go.
That's powerful, man.
Bro,
That's powerful.
like dead serious, man. I was working at Dream Magic Studios. I had a show there that was like 106 in Park because that was my overall goal to go there and host.
You want to smoke with Terrence J, man?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You looking at Terrence J like, man, I could do that, man.
But what's funny?
Dude, we the same color, man.
Say light skinned it is, guy.
We the same color, fam.
But you know what's funny? That was my approach. I call myself taking the Terrence J approach. I wanted to act. So how can I be seen by multiple people? Because everybody want to act. Everybody is a starving artist. We're trying to make it. So because I'm a host, let me do that. So I created a vibe. And that's how I live my life, bro.
Hey, man. I love it. Yeah, that faith is everything, man. And them broke times is everything too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they humbling. That's what builds the character. You know what I mean? Like, I go hard, man, you know, people out here in LA because they don't got to shovel no snow, man.
They don't know what that's like, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Negative 16 degrees outside.
Come on, man.
They don't know what that's like.
Your boogers freeze, man. You know what it feels like for your boogers to freeze and you squeeze your nose and you hear that crunch, fam?
Not to mention if you downtown and it's windy.
And you got on church pants.
Woo.
I done got caught by that hawk in some church pants, bro. And that wind.
That thing lit it?
Like damn near like my thing is trying to hide under my balls. That might be too much. That might be way too much. Y'all might want to edit that. But this is the true story, man. When your thing, you didn't even know. You get into some warm air, you're like, man, where my thing at? Oh, like you under my balls. Man, that's crazy.
And speaking of sleeping on stuff, man, before we hop into this burning question, we can't sleep on this gourmet. Like, what's this vibe you wearing right now, man?
Gourmet ratchet, baby. Imperfect but excellent.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? This is how I used to describe my beats. You know what I mean? When in interviews, they'd be like, so how do you explain this intern's Kosine sound? And I'd be like, well, it's really gourmet ratchet, you know? It's high levels of musicality, but 808s that make people want to bend over and poke that thing out. You know what I'm saying? And
not the corporate delivery right there.
you know, bend over and twirl it around in a circle.
Yeah.
You know.
Bring that thing back.
Man, my anaconda does not.
So don't try to tell me anything.
Woo! Wow.
Is that a fig Newton with hot sauce on it?
Oh, hell no.
Is that a fig Newton with hot sauce on it on a goddamn napkin? and that sexy ass silver thing like you was finna break out lamb chops or some type of surf and turf vibe. And then this nigga then pulled out fig noodle with hot sauce that's already tinging my nostrils. You got these weird ass hippopotamus that's just waking up and peeking their eyes out on the damn TV playing in this mud. It's a lot of shit going on now.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Bro, you gonna kill me, dog.
What is happening, bro?
It's getting hot.
What?
Hey, the block is hot right now.
Hey, bro.
Oh my gosh.
If I leave this interview with the Rona, these cameras see exactly where I got it from. I just came in.
I'm definitely free of COVID. I can tell you that right now. I got my test negative. Wow. I hope
Oh my God. What are y'all?
As you taking your sip, burning question number 1.
I hate this game already.
Have you ever witnessed any? Oh my gosh. Have you ever witnessed any? I can't even talk. I can't even talk about.
Shit.
All right. Have you ever witnessed any industry fight? If so, who was it and who won?
Of course. Absolutely.
Who was the fighter? Who won?
I can't say the names, but the home team won. Home team beat his ass. And it was interesting because it was a lot of them and a little bit of us. And it's interesting because it was actually 3 of us. It was like maybe like 3 against like 15, right? But the one person that I'm talking about that I was there with this person, he was like, you in here with all these niggas, and I'm in here by myself because I don't need no army. And it was 3 of us, but it's just like, so this nigga really is not counting us at all. He's basically saying, and I kind of took offense to it because it's like, damn, but at the same time, I didn't want to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
let me check with this guy. Does that count? That sounds like you told a great story, but that sounds like you got to take a piece of the fig Newton because you're supposed to say who it was.
oh no, I can't. Bro,
I love the story though.
Can't incriminate people. What do you mean?
Well, absolutely, I agree with you. Time to eat.
So I have to bite. I have
You gotta
to
take a
bite.
bite. Yep.
Wow, this is crazy. I hate this game.
Let's go.
I hate it.
There we
hate
go.
it.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of hot sauce is this?
Come on. We black. What is it? Actually, your taste buds gonna tell me that you know what it is.
It smells like Louisiana. Louisiana.
Louisiana. That's exactly what it is, ain't it?
Let me see if I can get this corner.
He said we'll take the corner.
Oh, this. No. That ain't right. You niggas ain't right. This is crazy.
Oh, we just getting started.
This is crazy.
We just getting started. Burning question number 2.
Why would y'all put hot sauce on a fig? The least you can do is have some hot chicken wings. The fact that it's hot sauce on a fig Newton on a napkin under this sexy little silver platter.
Would you like to know who idea that was?
Oh my God.
You're actually looking at it.
Thanks, Eb.
Let's see. Burning question number 2. Who's a better singer? Tank or Usher?
Oh wow. Y'all doing that type of shit? What the fuck kind of game is this, man? Yeah, you niggas, you're sick.
Time to eat.
So if I don't pick somebody, I gotta eat.
Yep.
But both of them niggas can sing their ass off.
There's always a great one.
This is a
I
crazy
love it,
game.
man.
This is a crazy game.
You came to Creators Buffet to fill your appetite.
I don't even like fig Newtons, man. I should have got another corner. I should have got a corner.
I'm weak.
Y'all are sick.
Yo, what's funny is that we got one more.
Got one too many.
Burning question number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Which celebrity has the worst attitude you've ever met? I like this one.
I mean, the worst attitude.
Do you need me to hold the plate for you, bro?
I don't want to say her name, but I mean, she probably. Shit, man. This is crazy. This is really crazy.
Hey, my guy.
Let me see.
I think the fans want to see, and I'm from St. Louis. It's called the Show Me State. We from the Chirac. I think the fans want to see you eat the whole.
They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. I'm just gonna get us a tap, and the tap already is too much of a tap. Yeah. Y'all didn't tell me about this.
Well,
it's crazy. I wonder if my boo-boo gonna be hot. I wonder if my boo-boo gonna be hot as a result.
You gonna be spitting out fire, bro.
That's crazy.
Woo! How'd it taste though?
Like it's bad. You know what I'm saying? It's really bad, but I don't understand why would y'all make these wings? Or
that make it too easy.
Or like perch. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't right.
You know what? On the next one, because I be watching, like my son be watching them on YouTube. They be doing all the little weird food combinations. Imagine pineapples and ketchup.
Oh, man.
Disgusting. My guy, man, look, yo, today was fun, man. I definitely got some gems from you. I definitely appreciate you coming through, man, spending your time, man. Like, this was a vibe,
thank you for having me, bro. For
yes,
real,
indeed,
I appreciate
man.
you. Congrats on everything, man.
Yes, sir,
Congrats
man.
on everything.
Yes, indeed, man. Make sure y'all check out my man's clothing, though. Where can they get this?
This is a really, like, a exclusive thing. So you gotta, like,
so
play
I can get one.
Of course. But you gotta play the DM sweepstakes.
We're talking all things entertainment.